What's going on, guys? Doing another mask review here. There's a mask I just picked up a couple days ago. It's a vintage mask. I found this. There's a shop in my downtown area. It's a really cool shop. Next time I go, I will do a tour of it, and I'll take a video and I'll post it on my channel. They have all kinds of vintage stuff. A lot of vintage toys. Some older stuff from the 90s, like a lot of McFarlane stuff. And then they have a lot of even older stuff, from the 70s and 80s, a lot of Star Wars stuff. Just a lot of old, really cool vintage things, and it's just a really cool store. So I'll definitely do a video, take a video next time I go. But I went there over this weekend, and I was mask hunting, and I found a few cool masks there. I'll do another video on some of the other masks I found, but this video in particular I'm doing on this mask I found. This is a Don Post Studios Tor Johnson mask. Tor Johnson, he was a professional Swedish wrestler back a long time ago. And then he started acting, and he was in a lot of old horror movies. I believe he was, an actor or wrestler back in like the 1930s through the 60s. From the 30s through the 60s, he was doing movies and things like that. And then I believe he died sometime in the 70s. But he's in a whole bunch of movies. You can look up his name and you'll see, Wikipedia will show you all the movies he's been in. A lot of different movies. I have a Death Studios Tor Johnson mask. I have a video of that if you check that out. There's a lot of different companies that have done Tor Johnson masks. He has a really iconic face, just the way he looks. This one, the eye holes, they come just like that. I was very lucky to find them intact, because a lot of times if you find one of these older masks like this, this particular mask, the eye holes will be cut out. People usually trim the eye holes out, so I was lucky to find the eyes still intact. And then sometimes even when they get made, they'll be a little offset, but these ones are pretty even. I was really lucky to find this. I've wanted one of these for a while. Like I said, I have a Death Studios Tor Johnson mask, but I've really wanted one of these older ones. I don't know if this will show up. It says Don Post Studios 1977 right there. Nice thick casting. Let's see. And again, this mask is vinyl. This is not latex, this is vinyl. Really thick casting of vinyl. It says Don Post 1977 on there. I believe you can find this in their 1978 catalog, and I think you can also find it in their 1990s catalog. So I don't know how many years they produced this. I don't know how many years it was in production. And just because something's in one of the newer catalogs, it doesn't mean that it's was produced even that year. They could have had a back stock or whatever. But definitely a cool mask. This could have been made in the late 70s, sometime in the 80s. These vinyl ones are really cool. It's really cool to find these vinyl masks like this. They go for quite a bit of money. Not a crazy amount, but you can find them usually. Sometimes they go for, from $100 to $200. It just depends. I definitely did not pay that for this. I got really lucky. I even talked them down the price they were asking, which is well below the average going rate for this. The paint is a little wore off. You see his eyes are painted white, but you can see they kind of faded and wore away. But the one thing that's cool is they're still red inside the crack. A lot of times that wears out somehow. It's still pretty red in his wound or whatever. This particular mask, I forget the name of the movie that this particular mask. I mean, obviously it's Tor Johnson, but it's him from, I forget what movie. I forget something, maybe space related. I forget. But yeah, Tor Johnson. Said he was a professional Swedish wrestler / actor who worked, from the 30s and the 60s, and he died sometime in the 70s. But really a cool mask. Like I said, a lot of different companies and a lot of different artists have done Tor Johnson masks, but I've always wanted these one one of these old Don Post masks. Don Post Studios may have even done another style of Tor. Tor Johnson, I'm not exactly sure. But I know this is one of the first styles they did. He's cool in this vinyl. And it's a good size mask. I mean, it's definitely wearable. There's no slit up the back. You see it's kind of shiny on the inside because it is vinyl. No slit up the back of this, but it still will fit on your head. Like I said, it's a good size mask. Definitely really durable. Again, these don't rot like latex. This vinyl, it really maintains their shape if it's displayed right. I have quite a few Don Post masks now. Just nothing in particular. I got a few over there too. Nothing in particular, just kind of different ones I like, but I've always wanted one of these. And again, the eyes are intact, so I was really happy about that the eyes were intact with this one. A lot of times they'll be cut up the neck too. I don't think people cut them intentionally trying to wear them. They just seem to have little rips in the back of the neck, and this one has no cuts whatsoever. It's in really, really good shape. Like I said, it's near mint. It's just there's a little fading in the paint. Again, I don't know exactly what year this guy came out. These vinyl ones are usually older, but again, it says Don Post Studios, 1977, right there in the back. Yeah, I don't have that. I have a few Fun World masks and a few Paper Magic Group masks that are vinyl, and I have an old Target Don Post Skull recast mask that's in vinyl. But other than that, I do not have too many vinyl masks. So I like these older vinyl masks. I would never buy. I mean, nobody really makes masks in vinyl anymore. I mean, maybe some people do, but it's not very common. So I kind of like the older ones that are cast in this really thick vinyl. So yeah, the 1977 stamped Don Post Studios Tor Johnson mask. Classic mask. A lot of, to me, this is an iconic mask. Some people may have never heard of Tor Johnson and have no clue who he is, but to me, this is kind of really a collector's mask and kind of an iconic mask. And again, to find one in such great shape, just out and about, I was really lucky. I found a couple of really cool Topstone masks too. I will show those in another video. Again, yeah, 1977 Don Post Studios Tor Johnson mask. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.